Good morning, my beautiful friends. It's so early. I've never done, I don't think I've done a live stream this early I don't even remember when. It's been so long. Wow, my share button is gone. So weird. Hopefully today I'll see comments on this video because Facebook is being weird these days. It's not letting me share it. It's not letting me see comments. How strange. How strange. Okay. So y'all know that that I do readings, okay? I do readings for private clients. I do readings for I am on a couple of different sites that have live chats. So if you're my age and you remember back in the day, Miss Cleo, like the psychic, the old like infomercials in the middle of the night, that was like, talk to Miss Cleo, $3.99 a minute or whatever. I am on a couple of those sites. Well, I'm on a few of them, but there are a couple that I'm on regularly. So I do a lot of chats on those sites as well, in addition to my private clients. And I will tell you that 95, maybe even more, like 97% of my readings have to do with relationships, have to do with love, have to do with a person of interest. Hey, Lauren. So one thing that I want to say, and a lot of times, especially on the chat lines, doing those quick, like per minute type of readings, it's usually advised that you're giving a fast answer. You're just kind of answering the question, but I like to go further. I like to do relationship coaching whenever I can. And this is why I'm going to focus more in 2022, helping women find their soulmate or helping them rekindle their current relationship. Because there are still so many questions that I hear every single day where people are wondering, and the most common question is, how does he or she feel about me, right? And it is something that I'm passionate about, to help people find that soulmate connection that they're longing for, that they're craving. They're tired of wondering what someone else feels. They're tired of being ghosted. They're tired of being in relationships that end up being toxic or that end up being something that's not serving them. Maybe they're tired of feeling like they're either lonely or they can't find that there's someone that's just not meant for them. They don't know, where to make that soulmate connection. They feel like it's just not possible for them. Maybe it's possible in the movies or it's possible on the Hallmark Christmas specials, but not for me. Or maybe you've just been in like crappy relationship one after another and you're just getting tired and you find yourself repeating the same patterns, right? And I've been there. I've so been there more times than I can probably talk about on this video. And this is why I'm so passionate about helping people, because I want you to release everything that you think you know about relationships right now. So the first thing is to release all of that. So anything you learned from your family, anything you've seen on TV, in the movies, read in books, any of that, anything you think you know about it. And I want to make this statement about one thing that your soulmate will never do. And this comes from, it doesn't really take your psychic abilities to understand this. And I say this from experience as well. But one thing your soulmate will not do is keep you guessing. Okay, will keep you guessing. This is my most common question is, how does he or she feel about me? Or when will he or she call? Or when will he or she text me? Or when will we see each other again? I will tell you right now that when a human being makes a very powerful soulmate connection with another, and you can have many connections with many different people, okay? And I don't believe that there is the one. That's it, the one, okay? I think there are many soulmates that human beings can have. And we choose who we connect with, and we choose what kind of relationship that we're in. But there's not just where we were kind of raised to believe, at least in my generation, there was the one, and the goal was to meet the one. And you are in a married relationship. You get together, get married, and you stay together forever, no matter what. I mean, right now, as of this video in 2021, there are many different kinds of relationships out there, okay? So that paradigm is changing and changing fast. So when I say this, I'm saying this with awareness and understanding that if somebody is keeping you guessing or doesn't want to commit to you, they may not be someone who is aligned with a committed relationship, and that's okay. Okay, so there's that situation. I'm saying if you are somebody who desires, okay, this is your desire, a committed relationship with a soulmate, okay? A soulmate is not confused about how they feel about you, okay? The ones who keep you guessing are either in a space where, well, I don't even want to say they're in a space where they're not ready to commit, because I'll tell you what, when somebody desires a connection in a soulmate relationship, they don't waste time. This is male or female. And I hear so many times men being bashed about this, that men just don't know what they want. Men just want one thing. Men just can't get serious. Men just don't want to commit. And I'm going to tell you that's bullshit. When they want to commit to someone, they are fine with that, and they will move forward with that, with all that they've got. So the truth is, they don't want to commit to you, okay? And this is something that I had to really like take in and do my own healing personal development work around, is that if they're keeping you guessing, if they're not calling, if they're hot and cold, if they're making you chase them, then they're kind of keep chasing, they show up and they run, they have this chase run relationship. There was an old saying in the 90s, said he's just not that into you. And that hurts, right? It stings, but it's true. And I think it's actually relief once you embrace that and you're okay with it. Your soulmate will not play those games. So when I do these readings, I will be pretty clear about this. This is not a psychic thing. This is just a human thing. When somebody really wants something, they will put their energy and focus into it, and they will see it through. And they will not let you guess how they feel. They will have no problem expressing how they feel, even if they've been through their own trauma, even if they've been through their own attachment and bonding trauma as a child, even if they've been through relationship trauma, even if they've been through sexual trauma. Like, it's funny how when we have a strong desire for something, all of our limiting beliefs get put to the side. And this doesn't mean don't heal, don't work on yourself, don't continue the work. Absolutely, right? Because it's a beautiful thing when two healthy, healing people come together. It doesn't mean you have to be fully healed to be in a relationship. You can be working together, you can be working on yourself, but it's a beautiful thing when two sovereign people come together and form their own union as two people who are doing this work. So keep doing it. But I will say that even with all the things that are in your head, when you're focused on something, people will go after it. Sometimes we go after things hardcore that really don't serve us, don't we? Like sometimes we put our relationships, and I see this in my readings, putting their full energy into trying to make someone pay attention to them, make someone care, make someone call them, make someone text them, and put like all this hope and energy into it. And my response is, if you have to feel that way in this relationship, then this is not a soulmate connection. And disclaimer, okay? There are no blanket statements in this world, okay? There's no absolute truth except for nature. Sun rises, sun sets, tide goes out, tide come in. Other than natural laws like that, anything can happen. So is it possible that there is a chase-run relationship where they ended up getting together and being completely fulfilled? Sure. Is there an example of friends with benefits that turned out to be more later? Sure. Like, I'm sure they're out there. But I would say they're kind of in the smaller numbers. And that typically, if someone is really not engaging with you, then you are not their soulmate. And that's perfectly okay, because we are not meant for everybody. There is more than one soulmate for everyone. And if someone is not your soulmate, that's completely okay. We take this rejection so deeply sometimes. And the fact is, you don't have to. You don't have to, because not every person is meant for you. Not every person is aligned with you. You may be coming together out of a mutual energy that sometimes isn't as healthy, or we're repeating a pattern from our childhood that is trying to convince, where we're trying to convince or find love or really convince someone that we're lovable and worthy. And you don't have to do that. Okay? You don't have to do that. So really understand that your soulmate will not keep you guessing. Your soulmate will not have you chase them. Your soulmate will not be confused about how they feel and be back and forth. They will absolutely know, just as you feel, that you can't wait to be with them. You can't wait to talk to them. You are so fascinated by everything that they say and everything that they do. You want to know more, and you feel really good when you're around them. They will feel the exact same way. That is a soulmate. They will feel the same way, and they will pretty much behave in the same way. Doesn't mean you'll never have any problems or that everything's perfect. This is not perfection. Okay, this is not. It is just that they know how they feel about you, and there's nothing that can change that. You can't say the wrong thing. You can't, I mean, obviously if you're really going to hurt someone, that's a different story. Like if you're going to deliberately go out and hurt someone, do something hurtful, okay. But I'm saying, like, just being yourself and who you are, you can't fuck it up. Like they're not going to be like that, oh, if I look at them or say the wrong thing in the wrong tone of voice, or I do this and they're going to, that's not how it works. That's not how it works with your soulmate. They are just as committed to being with you and seeing this relationship work as you are with them. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. Men are committed to this too. If both people desire a one-on-one committed relationship, that's not the only kind of relationship. And people can be just as happy and fulfilled in an open relationship, in a poly relationship, in, the LGBTQ. Like I'm not saying there's just one kind and that's it. Okay, but the dynamics are pretty much the same, even in those relationships. If you are their person, they will let you know. And they will not just walk away because of dumb shit, or because the timing isn't right, or because they're confused about an ex, or because they're confused about anything. That's it. That's it. It seems stupid simple, but it really is. And we sit and we analyze our relationship. We analyze all of our interactions. And we and I will get readings. Like, how do they feel? Are they going to call? What are they going to say? How do they feel about me? Am I going to hear from them again? Like, if you have to ask that question, then you have your answer. You already have your answer. And I love, love, love my clients unconditionally. And I am here to support them unconditionally. But I will not be a reader that will totally lie and just tell them things just to have them feel a certain way. I want you to know. This is why I'm doing love coaching next year, relationship coaching, because I want you to know. And it's okay. It's not a shot against you. It's not saying you're not good enough, because that's what happens. Somebody ghosts us, they run, we get into, and we think we're not good enough. And the truth is, you're just not aligned with that person. And that's what there are millions and billions of people in the world. There's more than one soulmate for you. And I know that's so annoying when you're hooked on someone. Isn't that the most annoying thing? When someone's like, oh, there's more fish in the sea. And you're like, fuck off. I want that fish. But if you have to chase that fish, they are not meant for you. They are not your soulmate, because your soulmate is not confused about you. Okay? Not confused. Not confused. So that is what I have to say. And I will tell my clients that. In the most loving way that I can, that if you're asking these questions, I will do the reading. I'll pick the cards. I'll do the reading around the relationship. And usually the cards and my downloads are exactly that this person is not in an emotional space to be connected to you. You're not emotionally aligned and connected. And that's okay. If you were, you would feel it without a doubt. It's kind of like explaining to someone what it's like to have a child. You can explain it in words, but when you give birth to a child, you know how it feels. You know that you know that you know about this greater love that you can't explain to anyone until you feel it. That's like a soulmate relationship. You will know that you know that you know. You'll be like, whoa, like, how did I not, you'll be like, wow, how did I even think that those other times were a soulmate connection? This is how it's supposed to feel. Oh my God. Now the key is, when you feel it, don't run. Don't get freaked out because you're like, oh, this is too good to be true. I won't let you do that either. Okay? You are meant to have all the things in your relationship. You are meant to have all the things. Your best friend, someone you can laugh with, cry with, and anything with. Someone that you have amazing sex with, an amazing physical connection, someone that you can talk and dream with and plan with, and that someone that you seriously enjoy being with them in their company. Like, and you know that they have your back no matter what. This is possible. And this is real stuff. And it took me, oh my God, don't beat yourself up, by the way. If I can help anyone realize it sooner than I did, that will just make my year. That'll make my millennium. It took me 39 years to figure it out. 39. So don't you worry if you're going through this, even if you're going through it longer than me. It's not impossible. It's not a dream. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a bunch of bullshit. A soulmate connection is for real. And you'll go through your ups and downs, but like everyone else, but the underlying thing is, like I said in the beginning, the one thing, they'll never keep you guessing about how they feel about you. Even if you have a disagreement, there's never a question about how they feel about you. At the end of the day, you're the top priority. Over money, over career, over everything, over extended family, you. You are the top priority, and they will never have you feel any different. Yes, you may hurt each other's feelings inadvertently at times. We're human, we fuck up. But ultimately, your relationship is number one. That's it. And there are exceptions to every rule, and I would say that maybe there are times when it takes them years and years and years to figure this out. But I would say most of the time, people know, doesn't take long. Hey, Chelsea, who am I talking about? I'm talking in general about soulmates. Inspired by some of the readings that I do for my clients when they want to know how their person of interest feels about them. Are they going to call again? They ghosted me. They were hot, now they're cold. I have to chase them. They blocked me on social media. They, start talking to an ex again. I hear all kinds of scenarios. And my answer to them is usually the same. That if that person is putting out that energy, then you're not their top priority. You're not their soulmate, not their soulmate. And they are not yours. And that's okay. Because there is your soulmate, more than one soulmate. You have soulmates out there who are absolutely waiting to give to you that relationship that you're craving or that relationship that you deeply desire. So, I've been married forever. Excellent. That's good. I'm happy if you have that soulmate connection that is and know that soulmate connections, you can be married forever like that, and it's so beautiful, or you can choose to not. Sometimes our soulmates are in our lives for a season, okay? It's okay. It's okay. All of it's okay. You have to know what you truly desire, and that is a whole separate video. What do you truly desire in a relationship? And this is what I'm going to pull out of my clients when I'm doing relationship coaching, because sometimes we are programmed to desire a certain kind of relationship, but that's not really what we want underneath. So we're disappointed, we're unfulfilled, we're frustrated. We're maybe doing things that, we're having thoughts, darker thoughts or whatever it is, and think something's wrong with you, something's wrong with the other person, and you find everything you can't stand about them and all that kind of stuff. The truth is, either it isn't a soulmate connection and people just made kind of reasons or excuses or rationalizations why they needed to be together, or they felt like they should be together, or it was just time, I'm getting older, I got to get married, that kind of stuff. Or that's just not the relationship they desire. And there are other options in this world now. And if people are honest with themselves and really are truly aligned with who they are and what they desire, and they don't have to be concerned about what other people will think about what their desires are in relationships, you could really find your own happiness, whatever that means. So, but I love that. But I love to see, couples who, if your desire is to be a couple in a one-on-one relationship, monogamous one-on-one, and together for the long haul, awesome. And that's perfect. So then that how important that soulmate connection is, because otherwise that's going to be a hard thing to accomplish if you're not in a soulmate connection. So Yay for those who really attracted the love that they desire and really are just absolutely fulfilled with their relationship. Everyone deserves that. Everyone deserves that, and it's possible. I don't like when people have attitudes about love, like, it's meant to be annoying, oh, ball and chain, or blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like, why would we want to get into that if that was the case? Like, who the hell wants that? I don't believe that. I believe that humans deserve better, and they deserve to have the love they desire, and it's possible. In my psychology class, we were talking about boundaries. Boundaries are important. It's good to know what your boundaries are. It's good to know what your boundaries are. And it's good to be able to express them to your partner honestly and genuinely, and that they can receive it and hear it, but then we have to also receive and hear their boundaries too. So yeah, it's all good, all good. And I know back in my earlier dating days, I had, I think, 0 boundaries. So when you don't have boundaries, well then, you just open your door for all kinds of stuff. My 19-year-old got me this for Christmas. How perfect is this? Let that shit go. I mean, does she know me or what? Chelsea, when you say no, what do you mean no to? Hi, Miriam. When you say no, what does it mean? What part are you saying no to? Please what? Like, tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Uh-oh, when I'm singing at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. Ooh, I think I'm done with my coffee now. I'm feeling a little, I don't know. You don't know, girl, what? Well, I hope you know your I forget. Well, I hope that you know your boundaries. It's good that I'll sing with you. See, you can sing. Who doesn't know the Grease soundtrack up in here? If you're my age, you better know the Grease soundtrack. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Classic. Good old school. I'm sorry, I won't do that again. You can do whatever you want, girl. Girl, you're good. You're good. All right. So I hope that helps anyone who's listening and questioning today whether or not, if you're wondering how someone feels about you, then I would invite you to just really meditate on this relationship and ask yourself this. Are they a soulmate connection? Are they? Because I promise you, you will not have to ask how this person feels about you. You will not have to ask when the next time is they're going to call, text, whatever. You will not have to ask these questions. You won't. So ask. So it just takes the pressure. Isn't it freeing? It just takes the pressure off. And it's just free. It's just to know this. And there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with the other person. You're both more than good enough. Good and timely message. Right? Because we're just about to turn over into a new year and Valentine's Day is coming. So let's start thinking about what you want to manifest in the next year. Chelsea, you can ask me anything you want. Do I get stars? What does that mean? Can you say more about that? Do I get stars for what? Tell me more. Did you get very far? Tell me more. Cindy. I see Cindy is on here, and Cindy, I love her relationship. I get inspired by a lot of people that I've met in my travels, and that she's one of them. This really just sweet, playful best friend thing, but there's some fire there too. I love it. Do I get stars from YouTube? I don't know what that means, so I don't know if I do. I have a YouTube channel, but I have not been nurturing it. I don't know YouTube as well as I do Facebook, so I haven't nurtured it. I should at some point, though. I really should figure it out. It's just sometimes it feels like my brain can't take in any more marketing information, or I'm just gonna but I should learn that. But I don't know what that means. But I'm sure it's awesome. It's when you get paid more for your YouTube channel because the person will send you stars. Ooh, how cool is that? Well, maybe I should learn about it then. No, I do not right now at this time. I don't know if you have that exact kind of YouTube channel. I don't think I have it yet because I think you have to have a certain number of subscribers. And I think I have 450 right now. And I think you need 1,000, if I'm not mistaken, to start getting paid on your YouTube channel. So, I know that's something I should look into for the upcoming year. you should have a more professional YouTube channel because you are pretty incredible. Chelsea, oh my God, I'm gonna ugly cry now. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much. I love listening to you, and I'm still going to start interpreting your videos. I just have to figure out how to get the app to work right. That would be amazing. And let me know, keep me posted on that. Thank you again so much for your kind words. That makes my day, and it fills my cup. And this is why I do what I do, because I just see still so much suffering. And when it comes to relationships and when it comes to money, are two of the biggest things that I get when I do readings. And I see a lot of suffering around that still. So I love to try to help even more. I think going beyond the reading and doing the coaching is helpful, because sometimes a reading gives you a quick answer and that's it. But you need more help around your mindset. You need someone to guide you who's been there. I love listening to you. Thank you, Chelsea. I so appreciate your support. And anyone else who's watching who has been with me, I appreciate all of your support. And feel free to ask me any questions. And you can message me privately if you have any questions about relationships or anything. And I'm more than happy to do a live stream answering the specifics. I won't say your name, or I won't say but I know if you're going through something, chances are there is someone else who is going through it too. So it helps to hear that we're not alone in this, for sure. So absolutely. Anyways, well, that's all I had to say today, my beautiful soulmates. I want a reading. Well, if you go to my site, thewitchyceo.com, I have I think 4 options for readings that you can check out. Go check it out and let me know. But, anyways, my soulmates here on Facebook, right? If you have any questions about this, about what your soulmate will not do, please let me know. I'm always willing to hear other perspectives and other situations. I know, right? There's always different scenarios, but I think I stand pretty firm in this one, that your soulmate relationship, you will not chase run, you will not guess, you will not second guess, and you will feel how that person feels about you. There'll be no questions. All right. So go out there and have an amazing Monday. Go manifest some epic shit into your life. If you want to look at any of my choices for working with me more closely, it's thewitchyceo.com, or you can private message me, and I will see you on the next video, y'all. Thanks for hanging with me this morning. Much love.